Thanks for having me, Clay.
You say this is not an impossible task, but this whole thing needs to be taken seriously.
It's not an impossible task. It definitely it's difficult because the mainstream media, we're going to need help with them because they're just blanketing out there, hey, a Muslim ban on all Muslims, which isn't the case at all. There's 42 other nations. A third of the world's Muslims are in India, Pakistan, and Indonesia, none of which are affected by this. These are from war-torn countries where very violent ideologies come from, and there hasn't been a vetting process before this. The last administration, a lot of my friends that are lawmakers on Capitol Hill told us they were concerned because there's no process. Now they're just vetting it because it's difficult, but there's a certain part of the world where bad things are coming, where the Islamic State has admitted they're going to send people using our immigration system, and they're trying to figure. It's not a ban. It's a 90-day. They're vetting.
So can the vetting work? How do you separate a terrorist from? We're hearing these stories. There's a diabetic grandma who can't get from Iraq to the United States, and this is really mean.
How do you? Well, that is mean. And
well, I'm saying, but people are picking out those stories to say the whole thing is.
There needs to be. They need to look at certain things. A diabetic grandma is probably not a threat. The military-age male could be a threat. The family coming in, probably not a threat, but it's when you get a bunch of, like I said, the males that are coming in, that's where you kind of do it. You will need to profile a little bit as far as the way they're acting, questioning like Sharia law versus the Constitution, stuff like that. I mean, it's not fun, but this is a different war. We're not fighting the Nazis.
But when you say there's a little profiling, the left is going to jump on that and say, see, this is a Muslim ban.
It's not a Muslim ban. It's 7 countries that a lot of them are on the watch for terrorism. Like I said, the violent ideology coming in. And you need to, I mean, if my ancestors are from Ireland, and if we have a lot of problem with Irish terrorists, I would expect the same thing with them.
But to that point then, Rob, you have 7, we've been talking about this morning, you have 7 countries, 3 of them that you could argue are not on there that should be, including Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan. You look at just most recently here in New York City, the Chelsea bombing in Orlando, that links back to Afghanistan. Why are they not on this list?
I'm assuming they're starting off slow right now just because that's where a lot of the like they said, the Islamic State is there right now, a lot of Al-Qaeda, al-Nusra, stuff like that. And then when you get into Africa, Boko Haram type things like that, I don't think they can't blanket it yet. I'm assuming they're doing this to see how well it works, if they're stopping anything at all. And I hope they're smart about it. Like I said, the diabetic grandma, not a problem.
You heard Hillary Clinton came out of the woods and tweeted yesterday about this, and she said that this is not who we are as Americans and that she stands with those who are being detained.
Well, of course she does. She's going to jump all over it, too. The people that hate President Trump are going to jump on everything, and they're going to try to make it sound as bad as they possibly can. President Trump came in here not just as a commander-in-chief for the military. He's a CEO, and he's trying to protect everybody in the country. It goes with the wall that he wants to build in Mexico, and he's trying to keep everybody, all Americans, regardless of religion, safe from the potential terrorists that come in. I mean, some people from some of these parts of the world, believe it or not, want to kill us just because who we are. Like Iran's all up in arms about it too. Their supreme leader, Ayatollah Khomeini, said that gender equality is the worst decision of Western thinking. And I mean, they're not exactly tip of the spear as far as treating people the right way.
We heard yesterday from ISIS releasing a statement about Trump, saying that the world has given us the pig Trump, and we are going to use this as a rallying.
They're going to try to use it as a rallying cry, but they don't have much time because right now Secretary Mattis at the Pentagon is coming up with a very light, very fast way to go crush them in Iraq, Syria.
Well, we've also heard from Iran yesterday as well, from
a beacon of human rights.
Their president, they're talking about the wall.
Lecturing us.
They say today is not the time to erect walls between nations. They have forgotten that the Berlin Wall fell years ago.
Yeah, this is coming from a country that will execute you for being a homosexual. They'll execute you for promiscuity. Under the age of 18, too, so not even a full adult. And if you think you might be gay, they'll kill you. So you think the left would get on that a little bit, not so much because they hate President Trump.
You know, Rob, another thing, when I was covering the White House 2011, President Obama was in office and decided to have a 6-month pause on refugees from Iraq.
Yes, he did.
You know this.
Yes.
Elizabeth Warren was not out there saying the Constitution is being shredded.
Elizabeth Warren wasn't there because it didn't go on the side of her politics. Yeah. She had a Democrat in office, so she's not going to say much because a lot of people in there would rather just keep their power regardless of what they say.
Constitution survived that ban.
Yeah, it was fine. And again, it was probably a smart move just because we know there's radicalized individuals there, and you want to just have them slow down a little bit. We don't. And there's nothing wrong with people staying in their country, too, to defend it, too. There's a lot, and there's refugees coming from countries that aren't necessarily have the civil war that Syria has, but they're taking advantage of our, we're still going to bring in 50,000 refugees. It's not like he stopped it. He just wants to see what's coming in, and I think it's smart.
Press the pause button for a moment.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that.